Hey, yeah, you.
Me?
Yeah. Aren't you that YouTuber fella?
Oh yeah, no, I might be.
The guy who just has a couple of videos but a lot of subscribers virtually overnight?
Oh yeah, no, that's definitely me.
The guy who's got really good script writing skills and is pretty funny?
Oh, I mean, not to toot my own horn or anything, but yeah, I like to think so.
You're pretty good at raids too, aren't you?
That won't hit me.
Yeah, it will.
Not this time. I learned from my mistakes. Where you going? Where you going? Come back here. Come back here. Come back and face me like a man. Oh, what you doing there? Uh-oh. Nope, nope. Ah, crap. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, dodge. 1, 2, oh no, messing with the timing. Dodge. No, that's a void hole. No!
You know what? I might be thinking about Battery the Kid. I don't know who you are, kid.
Hold on, pal. I'm Frank, and all those clips that we just saw were in the past. I got better, and I'm gonna stand here, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. But I guess first things first, I should probably tell you what a raid is, huh? Well, I actually know what a raid is. Raids. One of the most fun things you can do on Wynncraft. 4 people tackle rooms of combat, puzzles, and teamwork to beat godlike bosses and get tons of rewards. With Freema bringing on the toughest raid in the game, the level 120 War-Torn Palace, things are getting turned up to 11, so I needed to up my raid game immediately. Every raid has so many dimensions to them that the better you are at all of them, the better you are at Wynncraft. So many people don't even touch raids because they're intimidated. I don't know how raids work. My build is bad. What if people get mad at me? Stop. Listen to me. My CPS is bad. My build is stolen from forums, and my death count is in the hundreds. But I only learn by messing up and going again. And I'm going to talk you through what I've been through this week to help you get better at raids. So let's start with what I figured out in Grootslang. I think you'll like what I have to say.
I'm not allowed to leave my post. You don't.
For a level 54 raid, it really doesn't pull punches for new players. Between the most complex rooms you would have seen at that point, and the really nasty shockwave attacks, Nexus with Grootslang is a fun challenge to dip your toes into raiding. With all raids, I really don't like the second, i.e. gather room. They split up the team, which is like the anti-raid fantasy for me, and the mini-bosses are so souped up that they steal my lunch money. But Grootslang, along with having a cool parkour, has a really awesome cannon challenge. Here, you carefully fire cannonballs into the ceiling to create a parkour based on a pattern. This used to be my least favorite room, but once you master it, it is so fast. I love reshuffling the pattern like a slot machine to get easy patterns, and with 2 people, one person can man the cannons while the other carries the slime to the center, making it even faster. When fighting Mama Grootslang, 9 times out of 10, the shockwaves are what get you. They're slow, but very punishing, especially as a new level 54. Despite their evil appearance though, they have one major weakness. You can just jump over them. This is especially helpful with gambits that mess with your spells, as well as whenever you just don't have mana. The next raid players find is arguably the most insane fight in the game. Let's see what happens when you fight a god with major communications issues. Nexus of Light is the coolest raid in the game. Yes, I spam F during every single cutscene, but it's still an incredibly cinematic raid. When you fight Orpheon, the Light Beast, I absolutely feel like I'm fighting the god of the dimension with all the reinforcements and powers he has. This raid is a testament to being aware of your surroundings. Orpheon throws everything in his toolbox at you. Light beams, mini suns, big suns, black suns, obelisks, screens, you name it. But in all that, a big skill you pick up is sorting through noise, and focusing on what matters. The crystals. Crystals, if left alive, will freeze players on your team. It's on everyone to drop whatever they're doing to go after them. If you leave them alone, you're asking for death. No one will really chat for your cries for help. You will lose, die, freeze, not necessarily in that order. Yeah, and that's my takeaway of Nexus of Light. Really fun raid, though it's super hard. You gotta stay on top of those crystals. That's pretty cool. Why do you sound like that? What do you mean why do I sound like that? This is how I speak. No. Just a second ago, you were speaking in a way deeper tone. Well, you were talking to my partner before. We switched spots while you were talking. Did you think we were the same person? Hey man, what's up?
Oh my god. You're not done?
No. I've still got like one more raid to tell you about.
Alright, let's hear it.
This raid is for people who love living the fast lane. Let's go meet everyone's favorite eldritch horror, Greg. When running the Nameless anomaly, mastering Watch is a vital skill that will save new players. While you cannot run it with enough walk speed, you also need to know how to dodge it with just a spell cast. It has 3 pings, and you'll know the moment that you see that orange line that it's about to blow you up in about 0.5 seconds. The important thing to know is that the orange line is what locks the beam down. Once the orange line appears, you can move out of the way without it tracking you. You can either listen for it, or watch it. Now the next thing I've been learning will strike fear into the hearts of any amateur raider. The Room 2 variant, Tree. One daring player must navigate the tree, a cramped maze of portals and mobs to find the interdimensional Isoptera. Outside, their team fights off spam and one-shot mobs and loads souls into the altar that keeps the inside portals open. Once the inside man finds the space termite's heart, they need to find their way back out, not get killed on the way, and once out, they load their heart into the altar. Twice. Casual players vehemently stay away from Tree, because when you're inside, the entire raid hinges on you. While inside, you have no information from the outside world aside from health bars, and you have no way to know how many souls you're getting next. There are 2 ways to deal with Tree. One is to use the Wintles mod to create a follow the dots adventure, and the other is to memorize the path, which I ended up doing. Anyone who knows YeahJaron's famous YouTube cookie series has seen this clip.
So I didn't have to slowly follow a tutorial. But this has a lot more complicated redstone compared to the wheat farm, where a simple mistake would ruin the whole thing, so how could I easily remember it?
It can be useful to come up with stories in your head of like, oh, we do a double hopper here, then this, making like a little mnemonic.
Using the principles of that video, I'm going to tell you a story about the TNA tree path. We go left, then around Patrick's house, hang a right at the spike, and stay up top. Right at Moldy Patrick's house, and the long blue path takes you home. I might not be the fastest, but I'm not getting lost in Tree anymore. Learning how to run raids is one thing, but to get serious LE and aspects, you want to learn how to do guild raids. When you queue a guild raid, everything deals more damage, is more tanky, and bosses get new moves. Once you master raids, the next natural step is to join a guild and do your guild raids. Aquitas just implemented their new activity system due to a 20-person waitlist on applications. To prevent people just hogging spots by AFKing their time coverage, like me, you need to get points by doing guild-related activities like warring or guild raids every week. The most points from warring or raiding gets extra LE as well. I decided to get in all my guild raids done in one day and relax for the rest of the week. I called over a team of raiders to get things going. Let me introduce Heavenly Cheese, Melton Flintlock, Roman Noodles, me, Affenschmidt, and Panfa. With this roster, clearing 10 guild raids wouldn't take too long. While we all had experience with raiding, the guild raid's increased difficulty was kicking our teeth in specifically that evening. An executive decision was made not to end the evening on a loss, so I switched to a lament build to maximize healing, and everyone just locked in a lot more. But these were 12-minute runs. These are astronomically bad for raids, even longer ones like TCC. Someone would die in every room, Bus would become absolute dookie. At a certain point, Roman's girlfriend called him for cuddles, but we begged him to stay. The cuddles are going to be better if you end on a win, okay, Roman? A higher return on investment. So he stayed. For so long that when he went to see his girlfriend, she was furious. We were in despair. She was keeping everyone's hopes up, but after Belton had to leave, Affen joined us. and we kept losing. Roman had to leave to go and save his relationship, so we got Panva. We were reaching TCC a lot more, and even got heartbreakingly close several times. But on our last run, the stars were aligning, we got easy rooms, the buffs were happening. No one died during Defend Astel. This would be our last raid. We got together for one last dramatic screening. 4 players, having gone through hell together, having blown through hundreds of emerald blocks worth of toll runes, were about to clear the hardest guild raid in the game. I had enough health buffs to eat a panzer shot. We had accounted for all the BS that had killed us before. We were winning this raid. So yeah, that's what happened.
So that's it? You spent all that time telling me you learned raiding, and the takeaway is you're still bad at it? Was there even a point to all this goddamn exposition? You and your guild just threw a bunch of raids over the weekend. You got no aspects, no emeralds, and just wasted 3 hours? Was there even a point to anything? I think so. You're under arrest. You'll never catch me alive!